Pregame.com.
Pregame.tv, talking about NFL futures betting, derivative market betting, some of the best bets you can find. Before I get to that, I move around with some movie references. Scott and I were talking about Rocky and Rocky II. Little known fact, Rocky, the Vegas odds makers had him going under 3 rounds. That was the favorite, documented in the movie. And in Rocky II, he was a 5-to-1 dog. If I was setting the lines, I would have made it more like 10-to-1. Good thing I would have gotten crushed by the Balboa bettors when he gets the outright win. Let's move to derivative betting. One thing I like to do is we talk about season wins all the time and really good bets to make. We bet the Cowboys under 8 wins. Well, now the Cowboys are sitting at under 8, laid $2.40. Risk $2.40 to make $1. How can we take advantage of some of these derivative bets to bet derivatives of the derivatives? And one bet, and I just made this bet, I found it, is I found a matchup prop in the state of Texas, Houston Texans against the Dallas Cowboys. Who's going to win more games? And the Texans opened up at 7.5 wins. The Cowboys opened up at 8, so they set that line at pick'em. Now some money has come in on Houston. They're the favorite now. They're laying $1.25 on this prop where I found it. But the truth is the Texans have been bet all the way up to 8 wins. The Cowboys have been bet all the way down to 7 wins. It may not sound like a big deal, 8 wins versus 7 wins, but that's enormous in the NFL futures market. And in this case, probably Houston should be a 200 favorite, minus 200, similar to a baseball game where one team's supposed to score typically, if you total a baseball game at 7 wins, 4 runs and 3 runs. In this case, 8 wins versus 7 wins. But the thing is that unlike a baseball game with huge variance, there's not that much variance in terms of how many games these teams are going to win. And I find this each and every year that you can find this team versus team matchup. You find a team that's free falling in the betting markets, the Cowboys, the Carolina Panthers, a team everybody's against, versus on the other side, a team everyone's bullish on and betting on, that if you can get a bet on against a bet against, an example of a bet on would be the Jacksonville Jaguars, who opened as low as 4.5 wins. Now they're at 5.5 wins, and oftentimes you get maybe 1 or 2 bets have been taken on those derivative props, but really they should have taken 5 or 6 props, and you can find absolutely outstanding value in those games. Goes back to also the games of the year where unfortunately they just pulled all these off, but I think I've got like 5 games of the year bets against the Carolina Panthers. The gem of that probably, I got the Philadelphia Eagles at home against Carolina, laying I think 1.5 on a Monday or Sunday night game. So you can see the type of bets you can find if you can get to them early. But in this case, and I'm going to go ahead and make one official play, and if you can't find this play, you can make similar plays as well. We're going to go with the Houston Texans, lay $1.25. You can lay up to $1.50 against the Cowboys. Team to win more games. This might be a tough one to find, but it's the sort of bet you can look for in these futures markets, these derivative markets, that when you start seeing a team free falling downward and you want to get at, you want to bet against Dallas, you want to bet against Carolina, you want to bet against San Francisco, another team that's just free falling. It's too late to get them on the season win numbers, but you may well be able to find a good matchup prop or a game of the year prop that you can get at it at a much more reasonable number. And that is my free play of the day, a very strong one. And it is out there. You just have to look around in the right places to find it. It's been really fun talking NFL. We'll be talking about it all year long, college football, NFL. Scott Spreitzer was with me, Steve Fezzik. We are the B team, and I know we're going to have our crack handicappers coming in later this week, including Brian Leonard, Brady Cannon. I miss you, Brady. And, of course, Ken Thompson coming in later in the week. So definitely check out all the videos, pregame.tv.